We've learned there's two types of energy. We have potential energy and kinetic energy. But what happens with that energy? And where does it go? Can it be transformed to something else? Or does it just disappear into space? If I slid a book across the table, what would happen? It'd eventually stop, right? Well, that's because everything must eventually come to rest. But does energy just disappear? In fact, no, it doesn't. What happened to the kinetic energy of your hands as you're moving them back and forth? The key is that your hands heat up. This is through force of friction. The kinetic energy of your hands becomes thermal energy, or random motion of molecules in your hand. In fact, most energy transformations end up with the energy being converted to thermal energy. If you look at this picture, you can see thermal energy that is taking place. The book starts as kinetic energy, then becomes thermal, and then the thermal energy goes out into the air. How about that can or cup that I shot with the wad of paper that started as from the rubber band? What happened there? Well, the elastic potential energy of the rubber band shot the wad of paper, transferred the energy to become kinetic energy in the rubber band. Because it's in motion, it's kinetic, and ended up connecting with the cup, and then it also connected with energy of the air molecules, and then from there the wad of paper bounced off and continued to become thermal energy of air molecules, and the can went along the surface as thermal energy and then dissipated into thermal energy of air molecules. Finally, we see a pendulum that is going back and forth between gravitational potential energy and kinetic energy. It is constantly loses energy to thermal energy. As you can see, the potential energy is at the tops where it goes in motion, stops, and then comes back, swings back, stops, and swings back. While it's moving, it's kinetic energy, and it loses that energy through thermal energy to eventually stopping. We can even relate this concept to our own state, Maryland. For example, we know that there's roughly 6 million people within the state of Maryland. Altogether, there's 6 million people. Now they're spread out all through the 24 counties and throughout the entire state, but we know that there's 6 million. So similar to the energy, we know the energies are in different components, such as thermal, kinetic, and potential. But whenever all this energy comes together between kinetic and thermal, that equals our total amount of energy applied. When calculating energy, you need a closed system, meaning that no energy enters or leaves whatever part of the universe we're considering. This corresponds to not letting any student or any people out of Maryland with us counting them. If you have a closed system, all of the numbers in Maryland add up to be 6 million, no matter where they're located.